It's your time, it's his time, it's Bam's time. It's time to shine. Your time to shine too. Yes, you. Check it out, man. You got rappers who don't live the life they rap about. Rappers who put on this facade. Rappers who portray an image that they're not really that of what they aren't. And I'm gonna say this before this video start. I'm just reacting to this, bro. It's just content. It's me giving my opinion. You know, I'm not coming at any of these rappers and I don't know them. You know, I'm just giving my opinion because I've always had conversations with people like, man, like I've always wondered, like, cause I be having my little, you know, people talk. I like, why such and such be talking about this, and he don't even seem like he come from that. Obviously, we don't know these people in real life, but you know. People talk. People give their little opinions and whatnot. Just like these rappers do of things that they aren't familiar with. They do the same exact thing. I'm reacting to it. This is what I do. Giving my opinion. But anyway, let's get straight to this video.
Live what they rap. Nowadays, more than ever, rap fans care about authenticity in the music they listen to. In the earlier days of rap, most people assumed the music was just a fictitious exaggeration of the artist's life. But with the rise of subgenres like drill, it has come to be expected that rappers actually live out everything that they put into their music. And you would think it would be good enough if a rapper at least lived his raps. But then stopped once he got rich and famous, right? Well, a lot of fans actually get disappointed if an artist isn't actually sliding on his ops, while having a $1 million record deal and having no actual need to be in the streets anymore. A perfect example of that is there's some people who actually think that Lil Durk shouldn't enact Rage Against Quando Rondo himself.
I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, all y'all who be in Durk comments talking about slide for Vaughn, slide for Vaughn, slide for Vaughn, y'all gotta really just stop, bro. I know what Vaughn said, you know, like I said, when all that shit happened, I found out about that shit after that shit had happened. Like, I heard about it, I remember the day I woke up to that shit, but I didn't really know what that, I wasn't familiar with King Von. I knew Lil Durk, but I wasn't familiar with King Von. Obviously, I was a YoungBoy fan. I still am a YoungBoy fan. But then it took me a year, 2 years later to really get what was going on. I was really under a rock, bro. Like, I really had no idea. Then I got more in tune with the music and what was happening, the videos. It was about this, it was about that. I got more in tune. I ain't gonna speak on that because I do have an opinion on that, but that's not what this video is about. I ain't gonna speak on that. I don't gain nothing from talking about that. Stop telling, just chill, bro. Stop being in another person. I get it's the comments. It's a comment section. It's gonna happen. Trolls gonna happen. But that shit is getting out of hand, bro. I don't agree with that because you not OTF, you not this, none of that. I'm none of that. I listen to music. At one point in time, I did say I want to meet this person, meet that person. At one point in time, I'm not against trying to meet YoungBoy and all that. I'm not against that. I'm not against if I ran, see Durk in person. Oh, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I'm never, like, obviously, I've been listening to this side way longer, and I was more of a fan of this one. But I'm not in they shit. That's between them. You feel me?
Talk about a dumb move. But
I just had to include that because I see it too much happening.
Live the life that they rap about. We're gonna dive into rappers who actually never did anything that their music talks about.
Let's see.
Before we start this video, though, make sure you click that like button and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now, here's 6 rappers who don't live what they rap about. Number 6, Tyga. The first rapper we have to bring up is Tyga. You might be thinking, does Tyga even actually act like he's a gangster or in the streets? In recent years, he's mainly been releasing party songs like Taste and Splash, songs that have done quite well. So a lot of people might not remember the beginning of his career. When a lot of us were first introduced to him, he was portraying the image of being a member of the Bloods, being from Compton, a city we all know the reputation of. He got called out by a lot of people for portraying the image of a gang member from Compton, when in reality, he had rich parents who grew up in an affluent area of California, known as the Valley, which...
Listen, I've never in my life, I don't listen to Tyga, so I don't know anything about his music. I just know him and Soulja had a little history back in the day, like they did a song and then they had a clap back in 2018-19. I don't know nothing about Tyga. But I'm going to tell you this, because I remember I was talking to my uncle. I said, why, like, I remember I was, a rapper was saying, like, how is this, YoungBoy, actually, I think it was, he said, how is this person a gangster and his mom not a gangster, right? How is he gangbang his mom not doing that? And I said, I thought about that. I never really understand how people come from $1 million homes, come from this, come from that, and then they get involved with that. Then he said, true, but it's also a black and white way of thinking, because you can raise a kid, show them the way. They can still fall into the wrong hands by seeing this, getting infatuated with this, want to do this, want to do that. 9 times out of 10, a lot of rich kids get a lot of flack thinking that because they're spoon fed allegedly, they get a lot of flack. It's a lot of jealousy that comes with being a son or a daughter of rich parents. So then that kind of probably pushes them to a different lane that they have no business being in, And I'm gonna be honest, it's rappers. It's a rapper in particular I can think of right now who I don't think is the life he has portrayed in certain songs. You feel me? I ain't gonna say his name. Y'all could flood the comment section and, you feel me, let me know who you think I'm talking about. But
just ways away from Compton, some people might also remember the time Tyga had beef with Lil Durk in 2014 and rapped lyrics like, quote, "Know some Hoovers that's down to ride for a homicide when it's drama time." Hoovers, for those who don't know, is a set of Crips in Los Angeles. This beef was pretty short-lived, and if we have to give Tyga props for anything, at least he has at times admitted that he doesn't really live that life, unlike some other rappers on this list.
He said that?
Number 5, Rick Ross.
If he admitted that, then shit, at least he was honest.
What it feels like to be a drug dealer, putting on a Rick Ross album would be a great choice. Other than Pusha T, there's really no one who paints a more vivid picture of that lifestyle. If you let Ross tell it, he's the second coming of El Chapo, and supplies the whole state of Florida with work. But the problem with that is the rumor of him having been a correctional officer before he got famous rapping. Well, not rumors, he definitely was a correctional officer, making $25K a year in the mid-90s when he was 19. Prior to that, he attended Albany State College in Georgia for a year where he played football and studied criminal justice, of all things. That makes it hard for some people to buy into the stuff he raps about, but on the other hand, he didn't blow up with rap until he was well into his 30s. There's no telling what 20-something-year-old Rick Ross was doing. He seemingly never got into any big trouble during those years, whatever he was doing. One of the biggest proponents of these rumors was 50 Cent, who said that Ross was the fakest rapper in the game, and also claimed that Ross had staged a drive-by in which his Rolls Royce got shot up in Florida. In this situation, I think the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Ross probably wasn't the prolific supplier of narcotics that the music suggests, but he probably did dabble in that lifestyle. I mean, he is from Miami after all. And would he really be accepted in the circles with rappers who actually did live that life? If everything he talks about was completely fabricated, I don't think so. Number 4.
See, here's the thing about this shit, bro. Sometimes when they fake being a part of that, they get talked about more. Their music gets looked at more. It can be crazy sometimes how you have to kind of portray a certain way to get looked at. I think, because here's the thing, when it comes to this rapping shit, YouTubers and rappers kind of go hand in hand. People really don't realize that. I ain't gonna say, I ain't gonna give it away, but there have been times where I wanted to just do a song, right? I'm not a rapper, never will be. But it was times I wanted to lay out something on pen and paper and hear my voice. And everything I said was 100% stuff that I've gone through, whether it was with relationships, with, just dealing with women, my upbringing, everything. It had 100% me, nothing. You ain't gonna hear no guns. You know what I'm saying? If you hear about fighting, it's probably me talking about how I should have fought more people as a kid. I should have beat this person up for making fun of my name or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Being a pacifist growing up. That's the only thing you might hear. But they ain't gonna talk about no guns, no gangs, none of that. You feel me? Because that's not where I come from. I don't come from that shit, bruh. So when you hear a rapper talk about the guns and stuff like that, me doing a little bit of this shit. Sometimes you don't want to say too much, but then it's like, if you can't get your whole point across, you don't want to do a song, period. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, let me just unpause the video. I don't know where I was going with that. But the beginning, I was saying
Soulja Boy has done a good job keeping his name buzzing for quite a long time.
he's done an amazing job starting beats with Pete. He does.
We always hear him doing something no other rapper has done, like releasing his own gaming console. But what he seems to make the headlines the most for is beefing with other rappers.
I just
when you think about it, Soulja has had beef with more rappers than almost anyone. He's sent shots at Chief Keef, Chris Brown, Lil Yachty, Migos, and that's just naming a few. He's usually the
I thought him and Chief Keef was cool. I think they still are cool.
Aggressor in these situations and acts like he's willing to resort to violence to solve any disputes they may have. And if you listen to his music, you know it's no different. I mean, the guy's nickname is literally Big Draco. Throughout his career, Soulja has claimed many gangs. Early on, he was GD. At one time, he claimed to be a member of the Compton Piru Bloods. And that begs the question, if he's claiming to be a GD and a Blood, where is he actually from? Like, where did he grow up? Mississippi, Chicago, Atlanta, and apparently Compton? If he's claiming those gangs, he must have done something gangster, right? Well, the guy's been famous since he was in high school, and the worst he's gotten arrested for is a death threat. Soulja seems to be the case of someone who thinks that if they act gangster, that they actually are, but no matter how many times he waves a gun at the camera on Instagram, it doesn't seem like anyone actually takes him seriously. And why would you? He got famous from Kiss Me Through the Phone. Number 3, YBN Nahmir.
Bro, you said he got famous from Kiss Me Through the Phone. Here's another thing that you can't think because somebody is rapping or singing a particular way or a particular song that they aren't really about that. I'm not talking about I don't think he's like that either, but you can't think that though. There's certain people who on that love song shit that really probably are about that. Like, that's just what it is. I don't think Soulja Boy is at all, but yeah.
YBN Nahmir is probably the most perfect example of an artist who never lived anything that they rap about. He's not like Rick Ross, where it's debatable whether or not his lyrics are fictitious or not. After Tay-K blew up and shortly thereafter got arrested, people were looking for a similar rapper to fill the void that Tay-K had left, which Nahmir sorta did. Except Tay was way different because he obviously lived his lyrics. He's literally serving a prison sentence right now. And Nahmir, well, he's probably streaming on Twitch. Getting back to his roots, what he was doing before he ever made a song, playing video games. Before they disbanded, YBN was a crew that people thought had some potential with 3 members: Cordae, Almighty J, and Nahmir. How did they all meet? Playing Grand Theft Auto 5. And while we know Nahmir never did anything he talks about in his music, we at least know where the inspiration came from: Rockstar Games. The only thing that adds some validity to Nahmir's name is the fact that he's tied in with Rap-A-Lot Records. But
I'm gonna just say this. I fuck with, like, no weird shit. I fuck with how bro got braces instead of getting them veneers, because this veneer shit is getting out of hand. Everybody got the same teeth that just look boxed in. It's just, I fuck with that.
Some validity to Nahmir's name is the fact that he's tied in with Rap-A-Lot Records. But after Almighty J's Rap-A-Lot chain got snatched, that doesn't hit as hard anymore. Number 2, Future.
I knew YBN. I haven't heard of him in a long time, but yeah, he started off playing the game. But someone who plays the game also does not mean that they're not about that lot. But I think he has talked about how, I don't know, bro. I don't listen to his music, so I can't even tell. I don't. And I remember that one song. Lately, we've been on that fucking nigga shit. Bitch, I'm a me. Bitch, I'm a me. Like, that's the last song I probably heard from YBN, Nahmir. I haven't really heard about him rapping about, shooting and shit. Like, I ain't heard that. And if he has, I wouldn't be surprised that he's on his list either, to be honest. But
has had one of the longest and most
successful
runs in rap.
Future's on here? I don't listen to him like that either.
If you're looking to get a degree in
so
IT,
a lot of these people I don't even listen to.
UMGC is waiving their application fee through August 20.
Today, he's still as relevant as he ever was. And that's impressive for a guy who's been in the game for over 10 years. We all know what Future talks about in his music, and for as long as he's been rapping, no one has ever questioned his street credit. Well, except for Sauce Walka. Sauce said, quote, "You rap about stick talk, but you ain't even shot and missed and hit a brick." An obvious shot at the Atlanta rapper who has a track with the name Stick Talk. But what Future raps about more than being in the streets is his love for drugs. He raps about abusing them, mainly cough syrup, in almost every song. He became somewhat of a hero for people who had a love-hate relationship with drugs, creating legendary songs like Codeine Crazy. But as it turns out, a lot of his fans were disappointed when, in a 2019 interview, he revealed that at a time, he was completely sober. No double cups to be found. He received a lot of backlash at the time because he portrays an image that makes drug abuse seem appealing, while not letting on to the fact that he himself is sober. More recently though, his music videos have shown him seemingly pouring up lean, but there's no telling if he's sober now or just realized that he needs the syrup for his image. Number 1, Drake. Drake is one rapper who everyone pretty much knows what his childhood was like. He
My boy Jimmy Brooks, man. My boy Jimmy Brooks, man.
grew up in a very nice house in Toronto, sometimes visited his father in Memphis, and while he wasn't writing raps, he was acting on Degrassi.
Degrassi.
So I think for most of us, it came as a surprise to hear him say stuff like, Louis bags in exchange for body bags, or, my dog will do it for a Louis belt. Why is a sweet boy from Toronto rapping about exchanging luxurious clothing items for acts of violence against
Boy, he had the cast in the video. They still...
sweet boy from Toronto rapping about exchanging luxurious
He had the cast in the video. Okay, so this is Manny. This is Manny. If Manny was Emma's friend, this is Emma. Emma was one of the characters I just fucking hated. I hated her. Oh my gosh. Emma, hated her. Manny, she was cool. You know, she was a little, you know, she was like the friend. She wasn't, they labeled her as a hoe when she got pregnant, but I don't know. We ain't even gonna talk about her, but she, you know, she was good looking. But Emma, I hated her. I think that's Mia right there too, next to him. Mia, she came in the later seasons. Yeah, that's Mia.
Against his enemies. His mom Sandy should be so disappointed. And who are Drake's enemies? We all know he's had a long-running feud with Pusha T, and well, Drake did
Meek Mill,
send some
too.
of his goons after Pusha. But I don't think any of them got a Louis belt, because all that happened to Push was he got doused in water, after which one of the assailants got stabbed by his bodyguard. I'm sure these individuals got reprimanded
What
for
about
such
Meek Mill?
poor results. When they got back
Meek
to
Mill,
the
he was
OVO
beefing with Meek
compound.
Mill.
That begs the question, though. If he hasn't done anything to Pusha, a guy who publicly disrespected and embarrassed him in a way no one else has, is Drake really doing what he says in his raps? Okay, he has had a few people beat up, like Toronto rapper Mo G, who got assaulted by an OVO affiliate, and also a producer once sued Drizzy for allegedly having him attacked. Either way, though, nothing has happened to Pusha, so I don't think anyone can take songs like Mob Ties seriously. And let's be real. Drake does live his raps. At least the parts where he's simping, not the gangster parts. Though, did any of the rappers on this list surprise you?
Man, from what I see, again, we don't know these people personally, but from what I see, I'm not surprised Soulja Boy is there. I'm honestly not surprised Drake is there. I'm not, even with the little I do know about YBN, Namir, I'm not surprised he's there. I don't know much about Rick Ross. Like, I heard these stories with Rick Ross, but once I reacted to a video where they did talk about, he was in that lying video I reacted to, if you guys have been here. And now I'm not surprised he's in this video because he was in that last video. Tyga, I'm only surprised because I just have nothing, no clue. Future, I'm surprised. That's it though. Everybody's Drake, Soulja Boy, Namir. I'm not really surprised. I don't know much about Tyga, so that's the only reason why I'm surprised. Same thing with Future. But Future just never striked me. I don't know, bro. I'm just, like I said, I'm just reacting to this video. I'm definitely not surprised Soulja Boy and Drake are here though. Not at all. Not even a little bit. Or Namir. Once I find out, I'm just not surprised those three are there for sure. And that's not bro. Anyways, man, if y'all like this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe if you're new. And I'm gone.